Hello and welcome back to I Am Dead, a fun little ghost detective game where we're trying to stop a volcanic eruption wiping out a whole island using a very unique way of exploring the environment. We'll jump into it now so you can see exactly what I mean, but I'd appreciate it if you gave the video a quick like and a cheeky subscribe as well. So the first level was the museum, the tutorial level, which we accidentally blew through by finding what we were looking for straight away. The second level was the lighthouse, which is where we actually learned how to explore the environment. And now we're in the sculpture gardens. Everything is very brightly colored and funky looking. And we can explore and we can lock onto different objects. And then we can zoom, so we can rotate and slice through things to see what's inside them. This helps us find a lot of hidden things that there'd probably be no way to figure out otherwise. Like here, we can explore this fox's den with the cute little sleepy foxes. And we're doing this because we need to find specific items that belonged to the ghosts we're looking for. This is a grooming glove that was used on a camel that belonged to the person who we're trying to find in this area. She was an artist, loved nature, sculpting. Her mom died when she was young. Her and her dad were really kind of going through it. We learned more about their relationship by finding the objects that had significance to her, and to a certain extent him. Yeah, so we can zoom into something like this statue and see that there's actually a tomb inside, and then we can go in even further and see there's a hammer and chisel. And that was used to destroy the nose of this statue, which was then hidden in this bush. Or was it another bush? I think, yeah, it was this bush. We have to go through so many layers of bush. And we found the nose. So you can zoom all the way back out again. Now that we have found all the objects, it was the paint palette, the brush glove, the crate of whiskey that she stole with her best friend, the toy boat that belonged to her when she was a kid, and the nose from the statue, we can release Sparky, who is our ghost dog. And we can use her to actually track down the ghost. I think that's the ghost now, but we also have to collect like spirit pieces. These are the spirit pieces, so there's 15 of those we're looking for. Just gotta keep walking along until we find there's some more. See, our name is Morris, and we were the curator of the museum on the island before we died. So we're putting together other people's stories, preserving objects that were important to them. Oh, no, we're still missing a couple. There we go. Kind of hard to see. We don't actually know how we died yet. Or why we haven't really moved on into the afterlife. First person we were looking for, the lighthouse keeper, he kind of had some unfinished business and some unresolved feelings towards his life that were keeping him attached to the island, but it seemed like he was working things out by the time we found him, and he moved on into the west, or into the afterlife in this game. The ghosts are always so shocked that we've found them. Okay. Who are you? Who the fuck are you?
Morris? Morris Lopton? Is that really
Present.
you? And Sparky?
Val! Oh, it's so good to see you again.
You too! You're looking very,
Dead. Not alive.
Yeah.
You too.
yeah. But quite good, considering.
Hello, Val.
Sparky can talk as well.
And Sparky talks now. Death certainly has been strange. What brings you by?
So, this is Volcano and it's going to explode, but we have a guardian protecting the island who, for some reason, is timing out, and we need to find another guardian to replace the guardian that we have at the moment, but I can't do it because I'm too fresh a ghost. So originally we didn't really want you, we were looking for the lighthouse keeper, but he wouldn't do it, so now we're here.
Well, we're trying to find a replacement custodian. You've surely seen the volcano.
Oh, yes. Poor Aggie. Must be very tired.
Wait, she knows the guardian.
Aggie?
Custodian.
Aggie is the current custodian.
Also, this game is taking place in Scotland for some reason.
Oh, well then, yes. We were hoping you might replace Aggie.
That reminded me because there's a Terry Pratchett book. And Aggie Hammerthief is like the Scottish god of the
Morris.
dwarves.
That's some ask.
You're not really doing anything at the moment.
Oh, you can do it, Val.
I'm flattered, but those are enormous shoes to fill. And I'm not like you, Morris. I don't love this town like you do. And if I'm
Val.
being honest, I can't abide all those arty types and mainlanders tromping around. I can't speak for
You
them.
are an arty type.
This job isn't for me.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Val. But, well, I understand.
Whole thing was being arty.
Thank you. It's been so nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
You too, Val. Sparky, I'd love to spend some more time chatting with Val.
Oh, I'm sorry, Morris. We really need to keep this search up.
Sparky's an
That
absolute
volcano is
slave
looking
driver.
dire.
Come back later, Morris. I'll be here.
Oh, well, all right, Val. I'll find you later.
Goodbye.
She's a very pleasant ghost. Ooh, it's getting pretty smoky now, actually, yeah.
Oh, slow down, Sparky. I need to get some things straight.
No time, Morris. We need to find the next prospect.
Well, it's just that I don't quite understand what we're doing.
We're
Me
looking
neither.
for the custodian.
Well, I get that bit, Sparky, but what does the custodian have to do exactly?
Oh, well,
Only now getting
it's
an
hard
explanation.
to explain with your human words, but the custodian kind of mingles with the island, becomes a part of it.
A part of the rock, the volcano.
Yes, the rock and the sea and the animals and plants. The custodian becomes a part of all of these things. It becomes part of the island spirit.
And you give up being a ghost.
Yeah, well, a walking around talking kind of ghost. Stop being someone who can go into the West. It's quite a sacrifice.
Getting more ghost lore.
Oh, no wonder Val doesn't want to fill those shoes. Aggie must be a legend.
Oh, she really is.
I always thought there were those folks destined to be mayors and, I suppose, custodians. And then there are people like me and Val, destined for smaller lives.
What? Small, Morris? Your heart is as big as the island. Everyone knows that.
I suppose I'm more like one of those island oddities in the museum.
Yeah, and they were always the visitors' favourites. Now, we need to move on. Next up is Ogden Beckett, in the Old Town.
Ogden it is. I'm right behind you, Sparky.
Morris seems pretty happy with the hand he was dealt in life, which is nice. Oh, this area looks quite complicated, actually.
So, Ogden next, eh? I'll be glad to see him again.
His music always hurt my ears, but he was good at chin scratchers. Oh, lovely guy. Oh, look! The ferry's coming in. There'll be loads of tourists all over this quayside soon.
Well, I suppose they won't get in our way much anymore, eh, girl?
I feel like you could replace Sparky's character with like anything else and it would make just as much sense with the dialogue. Ogden Becca, talented multi-instrumentalist, leader of the Shelmerston Silver Band and keen cricketer. A young boy who went to live in the New Zealand but returned to marry his childhood sweetheart Sally Mapes. We got some more ghosting around to do. So the objects are blanked out at the moment, and we need to find people who have memories related to who we're looking for, Ogden. And we can tell this... Oh, there's somebody in the boat. This guy has memories because he's got some bubbles over his head. Henry Nancaro, bootlegger.
I remember when a young Ogden asked to join the Shelmerston Silver Band. I recognised his talent immediately.
So we have to focus the memories, which is quite tricky.
He could play anything, that lad. Literally anything.
Play a mean tin whistle.
Eventually he settled on the sousaphone, which he always insisted on playing with his lucky bronze mouthpiece.
Is the sousaphone a real instrument, or is that just a Dr. Seuss thing? I feel like we already know what we're looking for. We need to find this bronze mouthpiece.
One evening after the Silver Band played a storming concert in the camp, Ogden and Sally got it into their heads to go for a night swim in the harbour. Young love, and Ogden left his mouthpiece behind. And when we came back the next morning to pack up, it had disappeared.
So maybe it ended up in the water.
It really rattled him. Ogden was worried he wouldn't be able to perform without it. But of course, next time we played, he was just as good as ever. Didn't need any lucky mouthpiece, Sir Ogden. He could play anything, that lad.
Okay, so we need to find the mouthpiece, yeah.
Ogden was so talented, a real virtuoso. Oh, I loved listening to him play.
Ah, speak for yourself, Morris. It was a terrible racket.
Damn, Sparky, why are you gonna do Ogden like that? This is their distilling operation. Whiskey still. They kinda look like bronze mouthpieces, actually. But not like the one we're looking for. There's nothing in any of the stills anyway. What about you, Anthony Scroggins? Sleep Shank Special Edition. That could potentially be something we need to find later. I think the best thing to do is to get all the memories. And then we can start exploring. Gaston Parry's fish stall. Simon Grund, captain of the Shelmerston cricket team.
It was the day of the island cricket match out on the volcanic sandspit. We had lost to Appledore for the past 3 years, and it was my first year as captain. I didn't want another loss on my watch.
That seems like a very
Ogden had
cool
just come
spot
back from
to
New
play
Zealand and
cricket.
told me he'd be up for it. I wasn't sure. I remembered Ogden from school. He was lanky and good in the field, but batty, not sure.
Who we thinking won it?
Ogden showed up with his own bat. He told me he'd won it in a pub in Dunedin and that it had belonged to a famous New Zealand player. I wondered whether I should put him into bat at all, but Ogden whispered to me that he'd been playing on deck all the way home. I knew Ogden wasn't a bluffer, but he was never the guy who got picked for the first team at school. Still, I had nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. But we lost the game.
Six with his first stroke. We went wild.
I don't know if hitting a 6
Just
is a
when I
good
thought
thing.
It must be a fluke. He hit another and another. He was a machine.
Absolute unit.
Ogden hit so many cricket balls out into the sea that we had to stop play. We'd run out. It was a stunning win, and we carried Ogden back across the sand and into the camel.
Okay, maybe it's not the best place to play
Even
cricket.
though he'd won the match pretty much single-handedly, he insisted it was all down to the bat and plenty of practice. Ogden was solid gold.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to find the bat. Or a ball. Looks like a ball. Seems like everything we need is in the ocean.
How's that? What a great day that was. And we've beaten Appledore every year since.
Appledore.
Those poor chaps never did recover from Ogden's incredible batting.
Appledore sucks. Anybody else want to share any memories? The bee field. Ah, that's cool, actually. We can go even further. Some little larva bees. This game can be a bit trippy sometimes. More bees. In the beehive. Oh, love finding little weird things like that. Mr. Whiskerbull. That looks like my cat. It's exactly like Maple. Yeah, we're supposed to be doing the memories, getting a bit distracted. Anybody got a touching moment they'd like to share? Oh, the seismologists. Technology stuff like this is always cool as well. Proper, like, circuit diagrams and circuit boards. Oh, we can go into the pub. There's the fisherman we found in the first episode, and I think that's Val as well. Keep an eye out for the rest of these people. Time for toast. Oh, that's really cool. So many toasters. One of them is hiding something, I know it. Oh, that's very overloaded socket. You do not want to do that. No, there's nothing in the toasters. I've just looked through a bunch of toasters for no reason. Yeah, and some people are normal people, and then you get weird people like this guy. The lunchtime rush. This guy is by far the worst one I've seen so far, actually. Krill. Tetra, he's a pretty close second. He's a happy little guy, though. There's a load of broken toasters in the trash. Ah, there's a museum. Audrey's Seafood Bar. Nobody has any memories here. Refrigerator. Liquid nitrogen cooled refrigerator. Oven with nothing in it. Anything in the mussels? All the fish hanging around the Kipper Company. All the cats hanging around the Kipper Company, even though there is also fish hanging around inside. Oh God, Jesus Christ. Mariana took over running the Shammerson Kipper Company several years ago and does a roaring trade thanks to her ability to catch her own herring. Is really making me want to visit an idyllic seaside town. Get to know the locals. Sally Mae. Oh, that's, yeah, Ogden's widow.
We were 14 when we started going out. Me and my friend
Oh, this is going to be a sad one.
clean at the weekend. And Ogden turned up with his mate Godfrey. I had no idea Ogden liked me. He was the tallest in our year, and we all fancied
That's all it takes.
By the time we reached the little cove at the north end of the beach, he'd asked me to come to a concert he was playing in. I said yes.
Man had zero moves besides being tall.
We'd been going out for a few years. When I applied to Floristry College on the mainland, I didn't tell Ogden. I didn't believe I'd get in, and didn't want him to think I was trying to get away from him. Ogden might have looked mature and confident, but he was a gentle soul, not nearly as sure of himself as he looked. But I did get in, and he was gutted. I felt terrible. I didn't want to hurt Ogden. He said he didn't mind, but I could see he was covering. My last week on Shelmerston was really hard. Every time I saw him, it felt so strained, and I couldn't sleep.
Maybe we misjudged Ogden. He seems like a nice guy.
Finally, on my last night, I made a decision. I would take an apprenticeship at the garden centre on the island instead, so we could stay together. It felt like the right thing to do. I would tell Ogden in the morning. But when I opened the door the next day, I found Ogden's sousaphone left on the doorstep. I was terrified. What did it mean? What had he done?
Do we need to find the sousaphone?
I ran down to his house, my heart in my mouth. His mum, she never did like me, was a little bit smug. She told me Ogden had sailed off to New Zealand. He was headed to Christchurch, she said, and didn't know when he was coming back. Then she shut the door.
Man has to do long distance for a little while and immediately decides to sail to New Zealand instead.
I was more than a bit tearful, but, looking back, I think we both needed to have a bit of an adventure.
Best thing that could have happened to him.
I spent a lot of time with Sally during this. We used to meet up quite often when she returned from Floristry College, and I was working at the museum. For a while, I thought maybe we would get together. She always seemed a bit out of reach, sort of distracted. Well, it makes sense now.
You'll get him next time, Morris. Is that it? Is that it already? The ship in the bottle? Yeah. That was an easy one. HMS Indefatigable.
How did that get in there?
Bloody good question. I got some shark teeth. Anchor, fish head, horn, scrimshaw, stuffed pike. Anything inside you? Nope. Crab. Susan the crab. Nice to meet you. Crab shack.
I'm getting the scent of Grenkins again, Morris. I'll pop up to let you know when we're close to one.
Oh yeah, the Grenkins are a tricky one sometimes. You have to line up objects in specific ways. So the circle in the bottom right corner, which is a bunch of different little circles, is what we have to make, which could potentially be these. I think we're definitely in the right place. I just need to get the angle right. Guess super tricky. There we go. Okay. Gobstoppers. And there's our little Grenkin. I still have no idea what they do. There's 14 in this area as well. So many. The first place is 5 and they were hard enough. Have another memory. Godfrey Bone.
I remember we was walking home from school, a bunch of us, and I told him my granddad said the lad had a live Bactrian camel living somewhere in the woods.
We've met this camel. It's apparently been haunting the island for years.
Everyone laughed. but I told them it was true. Ogden didn't believe me. Someone would have seen it. He dared me to climb in and prove it. I told him he'd have to come with.
There's so many like camel-themed things in and around this island as well. I don't know how nobody didn't really like connect that.
Sneaking past the big house, we were almost caught by the gamekeeper and had to run. Hell for leather for the woods. We reached the trees out of breath. I was bent double and leant against a tree. Ogden had better breath control and he recovered quick. He saw it first. The clouds parted, the moon shone down, and Ogden gasped. And then I did too. Was it? It was.
They found the camel.
The next day, we were kicking ourselves. We had no proof. No one was going to believe us, but we knew what we saw.
So we gotta find the camel.
Yeah, he was a couple of years above these chaps at school. Oh, and he's right. No one believed them. We gave them so much stick.
Yeah, who's laughing now, Morris? We'll find a camel statue. I am good at this. Porcelain camel. But the porcelain camel didn't appear in the memory.
Camels are so obviously a made-up animal. Humans will believe any old rubbish.
Sparky, we met the camel. There's so many camel themed things. Oh, there's another Grenkin in here. Couple of circles and a bit of a line. Grenkin, it's gotta be this. That's way too on the nose. Or maybe not. Buckets. Nope, don't need buckets. Pencils. Kinda right. But also not really. Collection box. Nope. They actually make a little whistle sound. That's the only one with a thing in it. Can we go into these? Oh, we can. Glass flow. Nothing in any of them. BU. No, can't do that one. Nah, that one's all wrong. Boat. No. Some fish inside. This is a surprisingly hard one. But I think we could be onto something. That's a hard one. Have another memory. Sally Mapes again.
I missed Ogden so much, and for the first month there was no letter at all. I took my place at college on the mainland without knowing how he was feeling. It was a shock how low it made me. Even though I was working with flowers, my dream job, I threw myself into making friends and working as hard as I could. I wondered about him travelling the world, without me and without his sousaphone, what he was doing, how he was feeling.
He's just figuring some stuff out.
The letters started arriving, and it was amazing. Each one came with a penny from a different country. One from Valparaiso, another from Dakar. I wrote back and told Ogden about my course, trips to Kew Gardens, which were amazing. And Ogden told me about his voyage, watching dolphins and flying fish, crossing the equator. Sometimes we were both lonely. We poured out our hearts to each other. In a funny way, I think the letters made us closer than ever.
So I think we're looking for the
When
coin.
he arrived in Christchurch, he'd send me flowers pressed in his letters. I sent him a shell.
Or
from
not.
home. And then he sent me a New Zealand halfpenny. It was my favourite. On one side was the head of a Maori tiki. Ogden told me it was lucky. I came back to the island, and when my father died, I opened up my own florist shop on the quay. I tucked the halfpenny under the front step for luck, polished up Ogden's sousaphone, and put it in the window. They both brought me luck, and the shop flourished.
Okay, so we know where the penny is, actually.
Ogden showed up at the shop, completely out of the blue. He told me there was nowhere like Shelmerston, and no one like me. I was so thrilled to see him. I asked him to marry me there and then. He said yes.
Hey. But yeah, he's dead. That's kind of sad, though,
Always
actually.
pulls people back when they try to move away. They were a lovely couple, Sally and Ogden.
We gotta visit the flower shop. Is this the flower shop? Sally Mapes and Ogden Beckett's house. There's the sousaphone. Maybe the penny isn't in the flower shop. Was there a flower shop? No, there isn't a flower shop. But we still need to find the penny. The cricket ball and the mouthpiece. Not in the flower pot. That's the game they play in Pirates of the Caribbean 2 that I have no idea how to play. Penny, hello? No? No penny? Coin collection anywhere? Ah, there's the cricket bat, but we don't need that, we need a ball. That would have been too easy. And there's the pair of them. Let me check in the ocean. There's definitely something in here. Oh, huh? What are you doing in here? Oh, there's a window. It's not just like completely solid. Shelverston Compter. Anything here? Oh. What are you doing in here? What's going on in here? I think maybe we should leave him be. Army man on a drinks can. Okay, they lost the ball way away in the ocean. If it washed up in here, I'm having a hard time spotting it. Don't think the coin is in there. This is a surprisingly difficult one. I find more Grenkins than memories. Just gotta go through everything now. So many cats. Wait. Have we been inside her freezer already? Yes. Cash register. Oh, that's cool, actually. Some of these just stand out a lot more than others. Most of the memories were right next to the person doing the remembering. Karaoke machine. That's a tricky one to get the angle on. Why am I collecting these? I'm supposed to be looking for other stuff. There's not a whole lot we can interact with in here, but that's pretty cool though. Camel snow globe. Pickled eggs. Never been to a bar that does pickled eggs. Tremerston Candlery. Oh, no, hold up. I've seen some of these things before. Being cheeky and reusing assets now. Nautical tape measure. Is there a difference between a regular tape measure and a nautical tape measure? Just a couple whistles. Oh yeah, we haven't really been through this place yet. Got anything in here? Nope. Lobster boys. Can't even inspect the barrels. Paint bucket. Another paint bucket. What? That is the mouthpiece. We were here earlier. Fuddle.
They seem to have been used.
I literally said, "Oh wow, that looks like the thing we're looking for." Where's the other guy then? All the memories seem to be very close. To the people we were talking to. No, we've been through here. There's no coin. Maybe. Yeah, that's cheeky. It's not even remotely close to where they said it would be. 3 penny piece.
Yeah, one good thing about being dead, I'll never have to deal with counting change again.
Okay, so where's the cricket guy? I should have just, like, checked the surrounding area. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find the last one today. Because I can't even remember where the guy who told us about it is. So I'm gonna leave this one here for the moment. But like the video if you like the video, subscribe for the next one because I'm gonna keep going with this game. I'm enjoying this game, it's very nice. And have a good one. Bye-bye.